A lot of my videos are sewing focused, but I did recently get back into knitting. This gave me an idea, and that's how we ended up with this video. As it had been so long since I'd last done any knitting, I decided that I would get a kit from Wool and the Gang to at least give me the right equipment and have a little booklet to show me what I was doing. So to begin with, you have to cast on, and for this pattern I use the cable cast on technique. I'm going to be using this jumper as a part of a bigger project that I've been working on recently, and hopefully you'll be seeing a video on that soon. The casting on took a while because I had to keep referring to the instructions to remember what I was doing, and the large needles just made it trickier. I then worked in stocking stitch, slipping a stitch at the end of each row for the first couple of rows. Once I had stitched the correct amount of rows, I then had to swap to the smaller needle to start creating the neck edge. With all the increasing and decreasing, I was continually stopping to count how many stitches I'd got. Creating the neck was probably one of the most complicated parts, especially the front neck edge. To make the sleeves, I had to cast on using the long tail cast on technique. I then worked in half twisted rib for 7 rows to create the cuff. Be careful not to make your stitches too tight, as this can make it a lot more difficult to then do the next row of stitches. After I'd done the 7 rows in half twisted rib stitch, I then changed to the larger needles to continue in stocking stitch to create the rest of the sleeve. This swapping of needles was another reason why I regretted doing the stitches too tight sometimes. I did make quite a lot of mistakes while making this jumper and had to go back quite a few times, but overall I felt that I picked up most of the techniques quite quickly. After I had finished making all of the pieces, I then had to start attaching them all together. I did this at first using a large sewing needle. You use this needle to join one shoulder so that you can then go and knit the neck in your chosen style. To start knitting the neck, you have to use one needle to pick up the amount of stitches that you need. I chose to do a funnel neck for this jumper, which uses the half twisted rib technique. This video has probably been one of the longest to edit, as I just left my camera running while I was knitting, and this meant I had hours of footage to sift through. Saying that though, my camera battery did die as I was starting to stitch the arms and the sides together, so unfortunately there's no footage of that. My first attempt at making this jumper pattern, I did the crew neck for it instead, which was a lot quicker and easier to do. If you're looking for a warm jumper pattern, then I'd really recommend this one, even though it is spring now. Knitting the neck required having a lot of stitches on one needle at a time. As you can see, this is the first attempt that I mentioned that has the crew neck on it instead. It's not great, but I think it was good for a first attempt. And here is the finished jumper. I'm really pleased with it and I think it will work really well for what I have planned for it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do more videos like this, as there are other knitting projects that I'm thinking about doing in the future.